Hello, everyone. Named Julie to the JJ Muti Switch Screeners everybody. And I want to give my Vampire Diaries Season 7 Episode 21 called Requiem for a Dream. This was directed by Paul Wesley, the actor that plays Stefan Salvatore. And here's the thing, everybody. This episode was a pretty dang good episode of Vampire Diaries. I wouldn't say it's better than originals this week, but overall for Vampire Diaries, Bonnie is trying to fight this Hunters thing. Right now, the same thing like how Jeremy in Season 3 was dealing with the Hunters. Season 4, how Jeremy was dealing with the Hunter's Mark and trying to kill vampires. In this season, it's a lot stronger, and Bonnie is fighting the stuff that Raina had to face all this time about not hurting her friends, not hurting vampires, and trying to try to see the difference between her friends and actual vampires. And both Caroline, Enzo, and Damon tried to make Bonnie wake up because Bonnie was refusing not to wake up because she didn't want to kill her friends. If she wakes up, she will kill her friends. So they try to invade her mind. And because of that, Caroline first invaded Bonnie's mind, and Bonnie basically stabbed Caroline. And she got marked. Caroline got marked. So Bonnie's going to go after Caroline. Enzo tried it with love. Didn't work out either. Enzo got marked as well. Damon, he went the whole selfish way. He went the entire... Well, he didn't do the selfish way. He did the whole mean way. He said, "Oh, thank you for dying, Bonnie, so Elena could go back up." He did it for a noble cause because he wanted Bonnie to live, because he loves Bonnie and he doesn't want her to die. And because of that, how Bonnie got so angry, she woke up, and now Damon's on the run from Bonnie, and Damon got marked by Bonnie. And it was just a freaking messed up episode because how Bonnie is just trying to fight so hard not to kill her Caroline, Enzo, or Damon. At the end, no matter what happened, no matter what Damon tried to reach her sense to decide, or the part of Bonnie that existed, when she was gonna kill him. And Matt saved the day. Matt Donovan, the one who hates vampires right now, who really hates them, he knocked out Bonnie, put her asleep, and they're gonna take her away to some place until they could figure out what they could do with her and how to fix her up. But the problem is, though, I like how this thing with Matt, he was trying to just tell Bonnie, like, these are our friends, they're not our enemies. Well, Damon's kind of like our enemy, because Damon's is like those vampires. Those bloodthirsty things that don't care about human life. That's Damon Salvatore. People like Stefan, Caroline, Enzo. Well, Enzo doesn't really care much about human life, but he loves Bonnie. Bonnie loves him. They love each other. But overall, I liked how Matt was trying to get through to Bonnie and all that stuff, and how he double-crossed Bonnie and knocked her out. At the end of this episode, Bonnie gets free of Matt, knocks him out, and now she's still on the hunt for both Caroline, Stefan, Damon, any vampire that's in her way. And Enzo found out that the only way to cure Bonnie from this is to get the last shaman, one of those old Indian tribe members who basically put themselves to kill themselves so Raina Cruz could live, and how the armory has their coffins and all that stuff. Well, again, remember how last episode Bonnie opened up the vault and she imprisoned the armory members inside their own place? That's the only place where those Damon and Enzo and Stefan could go into in order to find the answers. Even though that place is totally infected in order to cure for Bonnie. So it's a race against time to save Bonnie. And not to save Bonnie again, but it's a race against time because they had to cure Bonnie because she's on her way. She's going to kill them. And they need something to fix her up, and the only place they have to go to is into the lion's den of a place that's greatly infected with something that they don't even know about. So it's going to be very freaking interesting what's going to happen for the finale of Vampire Diaries, and it's going to be very, very freaking interesting. But also, what I also liked about this episode of Vampire Diaries, Caroline gets now why Stefan had to leave her and all that stuff, because because Caroline's been marked, and she says, "Oh, I'll take my kids with me," and Stefan ain't gonna let that happen, and now Caroline and Stefan are on the run together again, and Alark says, "We'll figure it out," but it's not really a chance you can figure it out. If Bonnie comes after them, then it's gonna continue happening, and Caroline can't be with her daughters. So she understands why Stefan left her. And here's the thing, it's kind of like double-sided. She understands it, but she can't yet forgive him. But I think she will forgive him in time, because because Stefan says to her, and it's a good point, if you were in my situation, you would have done the exact same thing. And Caroline I think she responded like, "Well, at least I would have talked to you about it first. That you made the decision right on your own. You didn't decide to consult me." And that's a true point. They were a couple. They were together and they were partners, and they should have done it together. But Caroline would probably wouldn't have never left those children, and it probably would have been the same way. Just with less Drew heartbreak and less drama. But overall, that's what the Vampire Diaries is, more drama. But Vampire Diaries Season 7, Episode 21, Requiem for a Dream was a fantastic, well, not a fantastic episode of Vampire Diaries, but it was a pretty dang good, solid episode of Vampire Diaries. It's the next big stepping stone to the finale, and then next year will be probably the last season of Vampire Diaries. But overall, and after I do the review for the last Vampire Diaries episode of Season 7, I'll do a Season 7 review. So everyone, you better check that out. Not better, but still check it out. Alright, everyone, name's Lee, signing off from you to everybody. Bye-bye.